Good afternoon and welcome to LJ News. Reserve Bank Governor Philip Lowe has apologised to the thousands of Australians who took out mortgages expecting interest rates to stay unchanged until 2024, saying the economy recovered much quicker than expected from a dire situation. Lowe, giving evidence to Senate Estimates Committee for the first time, said the RBA had failed by not making clear that its commentary about steady interest rates was heavily conditional on the state of the economy. The governor has come under fire over the rapid increase in official interest rates since May this year. The cash rate has climbed from 0.1% to 2.85%, with markets expecting another rate rise next week. But as late as November last year, Lowe was signaling the bank was likely to hold the cash rate steady until 2024. Lowe said borrowers had clearly heard the Reserve Bank's comments about 2024, but not that it could change depending on the economy's health. I'm sorry if people listened to what we'd said and acted on what we'd said and now regret what they've done. I'm sorry that happened, he told the committee in camera on Monday. I'm sorry that the people listened to what we said and acted on that and now find themselves in a position they don't want to be in. At the time, we thought it was the right thing to do. Pressed on whether Lowe, whose 7-year term ends in September next year, should resign, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said he retained confidence in the governor. We have confidence in Dr. Lowe and his position as the head of Reserve Bank, he said. Lowe said the bank had tried to take out insurance to protect the country from the then-expected economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic. He said there were forecasts of unemployment hitting 15%, that young people would struggle to ever find work and that business would fall over across the country. The country was in a dire situation and the Reserve Bank wanted to do everything we could to help the country get through that, he said. I thought it was better doing too much than too little. We also thought, given a dire outlook, it was unlikely that the inflation would pick up quickly and we would send a message that interest rates were going to stay low for a long period of time. At the time, I thought that was the right thing to do. Ex post, the economy recovered much more quickly than anyone expected, and we've had to raise interest rates more quickly, and people who borrowed in those 2 years are now finding it much difficult. The lift in interest rates is hitting borrowers who are also facing the highest rate of inflation since the early 1990s. That high inflation, forecast to reach 8% in the December quarter, has prompted calls for large increases in wages for ordinary workers. But Lowe said falling real wages would give way to higher real wages in the next 18 to 24 months. I understand this is a really hard message for people to say inflation's 8% wages, maybe 3 or 4%, he said. So, your real wage is actually declining this year, and so that's a hard message for everyone. But the alternative is even more difficult. By the time we get to 2023, our expectation is that growth in labour costs will be around 4%, and that's perfectly okay. So real wages, real incomes of people will be rising again as we go into 2024. But if we seek to have no reduction on real wages this year, we'll have to have higher interest rates later on. Lowe said a string of rate rises this year would reduce demand across the economy and help bring down inflation. He said a 20% lift in house construction costs over the past year had added 2 percentage points to inflation, and petrol prices had climbed by 37% over the past year. Neither was likely to increase as much again over the coming year, suggesting inflation would come down naturally through 2023 and 2024.